Hello everyone, welcome to another Valheim video. Today you're going to learn how to protect the portals in your Valheim experience. Here we have a very fancy portal system built by Halloa and the others on the Valcon showcase server. If you look around with the cursor in the right place, you'll always be able to find the actual hitbox to set the tag. All it takes is one to ruin everything. The problem with this is that once somebody changes it on purpose or by accident, it will break the teleport connection of not just that portal, but both of the portals. This creates an opportunity for griefing because you can have a portal, someone goes through it, you disable the other end, and then there's no way to get back. And in general, on adventure maps and other Valheim experiences, you really don't want players to be able to just change the portal name because it's a pain to fix and it's really time consuming. So the rest of this video will teach you how to create a protected portal. I call them baked portals. Now that you've seen what can go wrong if the portal's name is changed, let's protect this portal. All right, all we have to do is go close to it and then type bake portal. All right. And then boom, we see a little flicker and then it comes right back. Everything seems normal, but check this out. What if I change this like those greedy devils do? Boom, it disconnects, changes the name, and then look at that. It just reconnected back. I can change it to whatever I want as many times as I want, and it doesn't matter because it notices the change every time and then it changes it back to what it's supposed to be, and then it reconnects the portal. Okay? So this is a method that you can use to automate that whole process so that you know the portal goes where it's supposed to, and you don't even have to check it. Makes sense? Now we can just go into the portal as normal, and it functions exactly as it did before. As you can see here, we're in the other end of the incredibly well-designed portal. This place is really, really cool. Halloa and the others did a really good job with it. And we can see that if I open this other end of the portal up and then change it, it just changes back, and then it's unconnected at first, but then after a couple seconds it reconnects, and then boom, everything's working. Fully protected portals from both ends. Now let's take a look at the scripts for the portal baking system. As usual, we have some prefab scripts, and then we have one data file. I'm going to start from the simplest and then go to the more complex. So why don't we look at this tiny little data file here? I mean, look at this thing. It's so approachable, isn't it? We have our bake portal data entry, which has two fields in it, an integer called isProtectedPortal and a string protected name. All right. The first integer is how we know, okay, this isn't a normal portal. This is a protected portal. That's how we identify it. And then we have the string, which is the tag that is saved permanently to the portal. We need to store it somewhere, so when the tag changes, the portal knows what it can change itself back to. When you actually use the command to protect the portal, it then also needs to target the other portal and apply the baked portal data to it. That's how you protect both ends, even though the player only casts the command on one of them. All that being said, it's the same data for both portals, and this is all you need for data. So now let's take a look at the actual scripts themselves. We have the applier, which is how the player creates the protected portal. And then we have the enforcer, which is the actual mechanics that make the protection itself work. As we saw earlier, to use this system, first you need two connected portals, and then you use this bake portal command on one of them. It will target both of the portals in that pair, and then it will protect them, and then it will reconnect them. Sometimes the reconnection takes a little bit longer, but it usually works after a couple seconds. What you just saw is this part here. The player says bake portal, it targets the nearest portal, and then it works its magic. And then it's finished. That's all the applier does. After that, we have the enforcer, which is the actual rule for the script to happen. And that's all handled here. This part alone is only 4 lines, but there's a lot of logic going on, so let me break it down for you real quick. We are waiting for a change in the tag data of any portal, wood portal, or stone portal that is a protected portal and is not already set to the correct name. I understand these scripts themselves are more complicated, but now you know the basics of using it, and I've made all of these available for download in config share in Valheim World Editing Discord, so you can just grab it there instead of having to type it out yourself. It is quite complicated, so I don't blame you if you don't feel up for that task. That being said, if you really do want to learn how to do this, then I'll show you the entire script here. We have the first part of the applier here, and then the second half of the applier, and then under that we have the enforcer. And here's the top part of it, and then here's the rest. And finally, here's all of the data that you'll need for these to work. Thanks for watching, everybody. Really excited for this Deep North update. Can't wait to start packaging it into Enigma. If you want to support my work, then consider supporting me on Patreon or renting your own dedicated Valheim server with my sponsor, Zap Hosting. You can just go to zaphosting.com/jpvalheim to get your own server, and make sure to look for one of those coupon codes floating around the website from time to time, and you'll be able to get 50% off. A wonderful deal. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I hope you have a good day. Bye-bye.